Hi, I'm Nancy with MumMum's Bows, and today I'm going to show you how to fluff and shape your bow. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing I do is attach my bow to the project that's going to go on. So today it's obviously a grapevine wreath. As you can tell, this bow is wonky, so I'm going to show you how to whip it into shape. The first thing I do after it's attached is I'm going to dress the actual bow itself, and then we'll get to the tails last. And this particular bow has loops and a couple of short tails. We're going to start with the loops. I always start with the loops that are on the bottom layer. And what I'm going to do is put my fingers or my hand inside the loops, fluff them out, and position them where I want them. And this loop, since I had this design up top, I want to bring this one on the bottom. Likewise, I'm going to pull it over. Likewise, since I had this rust color over here, mustard rust, I want the opposite one to come up here so that I'm giving a little bit of interest to the bow. And then the next layer is going to be this one. Since I had this color here, I'm going to bring it on the other side of this so that there's some interest here. Over here, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to bring him down below. And feel free to tug a little bit on your loops so they are positioned where you want them to go. I'm going to put him in between. Oh, I forgot him. He was on the layer underneath. So I'm going to put him in between these two bows, loops here. And the same here. Okay, pull these tails out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And then this final loop is in the center. Now you can have the middle loop straight up, or you can widen him out a little bit. It's a preference thing. Then the next thing I'm going to address are these short tails. I want them just to come straight up. And to make them straight, I'm putting both fingers together so they are flat against each other, and I'm going straight. And some people, when they have the tails, see how I'm just shifting them over? Some people, when they work with the tails that go on the top of the bow, sometimes they'll actually, see how I have this bottom finger pulled back? That's because some people like to have them go to the back a little bit, curve backwards. If you want your tail to curve to the back, that's how you position your fingers to curve backwards, see? So that's a preference whether you want your tail to curve towards the back or go straight up. And I'm going to make mine go straight up, so I'm going to put my fingers parallel to each other and go straight up. Okay, so I have my loops positioned where I want them. I'm going to do the bottom tails. I had this one going this way. I'm going to bring him over. Bring this one over a little bit. This last one over here. Okay, now let's do the tails. Okay, so I have both fingers together parallel. That'll give me a straight tail. If I want him to come up, I'm going to bring my my middle finger to forward and pull straight towards me, and that will give it a curl that goes upward. If I want him to curl towards the back, I'm going to put my index finger in front, pull towards me, and he's going to curl towards the back. So it's your preference which way you want the tail to go, but for demonstration purposes, I am going to get my tail to just go straight. I'm going to bring this guy to come right over top, and this one, shift it over, and have him come right on top as well. If you want to fan them out a little bit, you can. So now I'm going to get this one positioned where I want him and come straight forward. Same thing with this. And last but not least, I'm going to put the plaid on top. And then sometimes after your tails are done, you have to just tidy up things a little bit up top. And that is how you fluff and shape your bow. Okay? Now I do have another bow I want to show you, just because he is a little bit different. You notice, first of all, that this one has corkscrew tails. Now, let me show you something. You may have a bow that has corkscrew tails, but for some reason they came unwound. Let me show you a really simple way to get the corkscrew back up. You just take and curl the tail with your fingers. And you can scrunch it up to make them shorter. You can pull them down to make them a little bit longer, okay? If you want to tighten it up a little bit, just keep twisting it some. See how easy that is? And if you prefer, you get a bow and you decide that you prefer not to have the corkscrew, then by all means, you can undo the corkscrew, and I'll show you in just a minute. What you do is like we did with the other bow, you just take your fingers and bring that tail on down, and you can have a straight tail again. Bring that middle finger front ways in the front, pull towards you, and your tail can curl up. You bring the index finger towards you, pull everything forward, and your tail is going to go curving towards the back. So I'm going to put this one right back into a corkscrew. That's how I have it listed in my shop, as a corkscrew tail. And some people call them a spiral tail. It really doesn't matter. You can call it whatever you want. Okay. All right, so that is that. One other thing before we're done is you notice that this particular bow is in the shape of a bow. Instead of having full loops all over, it's the shape of a bow. So if you order a bow, and that's what you have, when you are reshaping, something to remember is the bottom layer usually has 2 loops. And when you are shaping, you want to make sure that you've got one towards the top and one towards the bottom. The next layer will either have 1, 2, 3 loops, or it will have a single loop. And you want to position them in such a way that your bottom 2 loops are peeking out from behind. So this one just has this single one. But some bows that are this shape will have 3. 1, 2, 3. So make sure you've got the bottom row positioned this way, and the next layer you'll have either 1, 2, and 3. However you position it, make sure these are peeking up. Then the next layer, you'll just bring those out like this so he is showing through, okay? And then the next layer, generally it will look like a bow tie. Sometimes the center one will match a previous ribbon, or it might be something totally different, and sometimes it'll match these two and look like a bow tie. The bottom, the main point that you're aiming at when you have a bow in the shape of a bow is you want both sides to look identical. So that's it. That's pretty much all that you need to know in how to fluff and shape your bows. If you have any questions, you can always shoot me a message. I'll be happy to help. This is Nancy with MumMum's Bows at goimagine.com. MumMum's Bows.